Hello and welcome. My name is John Koscki. I'm here to talk about Miracles of the Mind, my latest book. Goal-setting book using self-hypnosis. It's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for you to set some goals and use something that you're not accustomed to use in attracting the things that you want. Why is it so important and why did I write this book? Obviously, goal setting has been done, and redone. It's old news. But it hasn't been done using hypnosis, and more importantly, self-hypnosis. So, I don't care how many college degrees you've got. I don't care how many seminars you've got under your belt. What it all comes down to is what is the CD playing in your head. That's what matters. And if you get the right thoughts and prepare yourself, literally there's nothing you can't do within your physical capability. For example, at my age, it'd be a little tough for me to become an astronaut. But, had I started way back when, it's a lot more higher chance of possibility, you might say. Okay, so how does it work? First off, we look at you have will. It's a simple triangle, really simple. And as I went through college years and years ago, they made the goal-setting process so difficult, and it's really not that complicated. It comes down to 3 points, 3 or 4 points. You have will, which is what is it you want, not what your mom and dad want, not what the neighbors want. And what do you have to offer? Basically, we're talking about your skill set, and it's amazing. Once you write these things down, what it is you want, you're going to set a goal, 3 goals. One in 30 days, one in 6 months, and one in a year from now. And once you get them out of your head and you put them on paper, you actually start to see the goal manifest itself. And of course, you're going to write a paragraph describing what it's going to feel like, give it a title and date for when that goal is going to mature. So the third part is, what do you have to offer? And that's where a lot of people think, well, it's not going to be any fun. I'm going to have to work out. Well, of course. Of course, everything costs, but we're talking about what you want, okay? And that's very, very important. I'm giving you keys to the kingdom here, okay? And keep in mind, 1 in 3 CEOs in this country uses hypnosis, so, it's important. Okay, so we're looking at a timeline now. This timeline is spread over a year. And you can kind of see that the 3 goals are written out for you, okay? 3 months, 6 months, and a year. All right. And it all begins in your passion. And I cite quite a few interesting people, Tesla, Einstein, Edison, and what these guys did, and Edgar Cayce, who is, I had to research these guys in depth, because they had experienced this in their creation process. And plus they're popular, and everybody likes Edison and Einstein, whenever they talk. And so I use their stuff and their examples. And it came down to the guy that wants it can do it before the guy that can. Okay? That's all it is. It's a matter of what's in your heart. I honestly believe that God gave you, or your higher power, or whatever you believe is your spiritual path to success, is that you have certain talents within you, within your DNA. You are given certain gifts that have been squished and hidden and thrown away, and now it's time to bring them to the surface. Obviously, the earlier you start on this, the more success you're going to have throughout your life. Okay, I started in junior high school. It was just the way it was, but I didn't have this mechanism until I got to high school. My own testimony, I went and saw this stage hypnosis guy, and he, broke a brick on a lady on his daughter's stomach while she was suspended between bar stools, and it was pretty impressive. And I thought, if that's possible, then it must be applicable to many other things that I was always interested in the mind and how we use it and how we don't use it. They say there's a very, very small percent. And what I'm trying to get everybody to do is to increase the ability of their mind by 0.5%. So if we use it 5%, if you could bump it up to 5.5%, that would be an astronomical, huge success. So I can do it. And one of the things I went to hypnosis for, obviously I was not studying well in school. I had trouble passing tests. I suffered from insomnia. No big deal. I was just high-strung. But I could feel the organs, the hypothalamus, pituitary, thalamus, within my brain change my second year in college. So I had practiced hypnosis a couple years, and I could feel the physical change in my brain was starting to work like a computer. And basically it was just accessing the files of the information I had learned. Simple, simple stuff. So the you have will is, what do you want? What do you have to offer? What are you willing to offer? And don't get hung up on the sacrifice. I mean, obviously you're going to have to make some sacrifices simply because you cannot be in two places at one time. But don't let that bother you. These are the keys to the kingdom. All right, this is important stuff. And even if you don't use it, teach it to some of the younger kids, because we're going through a change in the world right now. And it's really, really important that people really start following their passion. There's enough for everyone. A lot of people say, well, there's not enough to go around. There is tons. Not everybody wants to be president. And not every janitor, or, not every president wants to be a janitor. Not every janitor wants to be a president. There's plenty. Okay. So what Edgar Cayce said was that there was a spiritual connection between what we want and what we create, and it starts within your heart, and then it turns into a mental part, and then it turns into the physical. And I'll throw that graph up for you, of course. But ultimately, on the final diagram I'm going to leave you with is the super consciousness, and this is what Edison, Einstein, Tesla, and Edgar Cayce had access. All knowledge that has ever been or will ever be. Another word for that would be God. Everything comes from God. Slice it any way you want, okay? But that's the reality of the situation. So get excited. I talk a lot about some of the mental blocks that keep us from getting there. All right, self-worth, self-esteem. These are all ego-based things. I'm not smart enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm not pretty enough. And again, once you get the right message playing in your head, these things really start to take off on their own. The body, the mind, which no one can define, but I'm going to define it for you right now. The mind is made up of a series of organs, heart, lungs, brain, that generates electricity and aura around your body. And if you know anything about science, energy does not stay in one form, okay? It transfers. We're sending off information and collecting it, so we're kind of like radio towers. Obviously, certain people are better at it than others. That's what it comes down to. But the nice thing about hypnosis, aside from the fact it's going to be a life-changing experience, no matter what, no matter if you get it right the first time or not, you're going to have an experience of your life that you've never thought possible. So that's number one. And then number two, it's going to help you to manifest the things that you want in life, because it's going to bring certain individuals into your life. It's going to create events in your life that you didn't think was possible. Now, are we actually creating them? I don't know. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But I also believe that it's a predetermined destiny. And Napoleon Hill said this once, that if you didn't have the desire, it wouldn't be possible. And his book, Think and Grow Rich, was based on, if you have these thoughts, the chances are they're very, very possible. Okay, simple, easy, fun stuff. So when did I learn this? I went to a self-hypnosis school a year in high school, and then studied advanced hypnosis my first year in college to become a hypnotherapist. It wasn't a big live gig like it is today. Today it's huge. or it's growing. And in America, we're about 50 years behind the process of hypnosis and what it really can do. And unfortunately, when you become a certified hypnotist, like the National Guild of Hypnotists, you get access to a lot of other seminars, let's just say, of what people are working on throughout the world, Russia, India, what have you. And you really see a lot of amazing testimony. And all I'm trying to do is to get you to move off the couch and do something that you really want to do, that you were born with a gift. It's going to be fun. You're going to really enjoy it. And this book, Miracles of the Mind, is it the only way? No. There's millions of ways to do this kind of stuff. But it's not a ministry. A lot of people ask, is it a ministry? It's a mechanism. It's science combined with the art to help you use what is already inside of you. That's all. You could do it with meditation, prayer, yoga, jogging. But a lot of people just don't have a mechanism. So when I got the idea 35 years ago, I thought, this is a book. And of course, I had to do all of my other passions before I got to this point in my life where I could actually produce a book. And what's interesting, how's it changing my life? It's changed my life phenomenally. First, I'm really excited about marketing a product and I've invented and created lots of projects throughout my life, and they've all kind of came to a semi-standstill. Where this is growing, it has a huge momentum wave, but it's also given me the insight and opportunity to write a second book called The Venturi Effect, which is how we promote the things that we create. My name's John Koscki. Thanks so much. I hope this helped. I haven't given you everything. Obviously, the people that buy the book, and I'm available for seminars. You can text me, call me, and I'll come and speak at your schools, clubs, organizations, businesses, whatever you want. Sales group. Obviously, this is a huge sale opportunity because, getting people wound up is my specialty. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next time.